Philadelphia. I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show.
Live from the Xfinity Studio. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy March Madness, the brackets. It's here, the greatest time. Well, we're entering the second best time of the year. The greatest time of the year is October, because that's where the confluence of playoff baseball, NFL, playoff baseball, college football, start of hoops and hockey, right? Like that period is my favorite. Well, a close second is this period where we got March Madness, soon to have the start of baseball, soon to have NBA, NHL playoffs, and the NFL draft. So this is it. This is great. And this is the week. I can't wait. Like Thursday, Friday, like hoop heaven. And then you hear this, you just hear that song. I'm in. It's Pavlov's dog. Let's go. All day hoops. Where's my Guinness? If I could pick one month of the year to drink my favorite beer, it's March, and it's Guinness in March. Guinness goes with March, not just because of St. Patrick's Day, but because of the tournament. This is the best. It's absolutely the best. All right, let's wrap up the kind of week that was last week when it comes to the Eagles. So I hear, this is what I hear. I hear AJ staying. I think AJ stays. I think, look, he asked for a trade. They looked at it and they're like, listen, unless we get back something real in return, like it's not worth the $40 million cap hit. And they didn't get anything like that back. They weren't going to give away A.J. Brown. So they talked to AJ, and here's the weird thing about this whole thing, is that AJ likes it here. Like, he does like it here. His biggest issue is with the offense and the quarterback, as we know. I think they went to him and said, listen, we have a new offense. Jalen's going to be working hard. We're going to get this thing right. Come on board, come on back, be on board, and let's roll. You got Goedert back at a great number. There was no market that materialized for Dallas Goedert. So you got Dallas back, which is huge, right? Calcaterra, and then you got Mont for as a blocking tight end. I think you're going to have 4 tight ends. I think they're going to draft somebody. They have to draft somebody. So you'll have that. You bring AJ back. Let's go. Jalen is, you have Mannion that really fixes the run game. There's more wrinkles with Jalen on the center. You get Jalen rolling. Let's go. I really believe that the aim was, especially with their cap situation, that it was let's kind of run this thing back, see where we are, right? Like, you know, if it doesn't work and we got to be a little more drastic, then so be it. But let's see what we got. You know, we're coming, 2 years off the Super Bowl type of thing. So let's see what we got. Everybody comes back. And I agree with it. I love to have AJ back. When you have Mannion coming in on a new offense, the problem is the cap hit, right? Like, you got to pay. If you're going to trade AJ, you got to get the picks. So I'm happy. I'm an AJ fan, so I like AJ. And again, I know where his teammates love him, and people make this crazy thing. Like, trust me, those guys, they're not bothered by AJ. They love AJ. I'd much rather have him here with Mannion than you have a new OC coming in to kind of fix it. Let's see what happens. I'm good. I'm good with investing in my players. I like these players. I love the defense. I love bringing back Jordan Davis. They're going to wind up, and again, part of this whole deal is they're going to have to pay Quinyon and Cooper and Jalen Carter. Carter's going to get $40 million a year. So Carter's going to get $40 million. You're going to have to pay Q and Coop, and you just pay Jordan Davis. Now, the only thing that I look at this team, you're going to have to find another edge. I know they tried to get Greenard. They worked really hard trying to get Greenard, and a deal didn't happen. So that's the one area I think you're still short when it comes to the edge. Everywhere else, I love reinvesting in my team and my players. I got draft picks. Let's go. That's what it is. Again, 2 years ago, they're winning the Super Bowl. They won a ton of games. I believe in the group. Let's bring it on. So we'll keep you posted with that. EJ will join us coming up straight ahead. And I got with you. What a great story. Because I'm excited to talk brackets all day today. Pat McLoone, Thursday, he'll be in hoop heaven. So I thought it was a good day to do his Thursday today, where we just talk basketball. And we just talk brackets and the whole thing. And what a great local story. Yes, Villanova back in, well-deserved. Penn as Fran McCafferty. Look, are you kidding me? His fifth team to the NCAAs. How about it? The Penn Quakers, and I have with me King Quaker, the only one who's been to
on dancing, buddy.
Right?
Yeah,
you are the human Quaker, like the mascot.
Yeah, good mascot.
You have been to how many games this year?
I've been to 6 or 7 of them this year. Yeah,
like my man goes like. I was joking around because like I look at him and he's penned up like top to bottom, and I go, yeah, Fugazi. Like meanwhile, I was just joking because he's a real Penn guy. He got his. Would you get your master's?
Yes, I got a master's there.
He got his master's there. He is Penn all the way. He goes to the games. He loves it, and I'm happy for Fran and VG.
Fran, I was a little worried about the move because I love Stevie D, but how about that?
5 teams.
I remember the first time we saw me and my buddy Jason go. We saw them in like November, and you're like, "Who is this TJ Power? How do they get a former 5-star recruit?
What a
like
great
Mr.
story!
Basketball of a state, played at Duke and Virginia. And here he was.
What a great story, man! 44, 44
like in the first half.
In the game. Like you got to win to get in against a good Yale team.
A great Yale team that people think could have won a game or two in the tournament. They got a lot of size.
They're always dangerous in the tournament where they can win a game.
Yeah.
Good Yale team, and here's Penn. And
missing their second leading scorer,
yeah.
Ethan Roberts with a concussion.
And TJ Power, who started his career at Duke, as VG said. I mean, he was a Dookie. He was a Coach K Dookie. Comes to Virginia. And then for Virginia, Fran's got an eye because Fran was recruiting him in Iowa. He comes to Penn, and he owes 44. He had 14 boards. He was a beast on the boards. He had a big one in overtime. He reached over somebody, one of the Yale guys, for the board to help clinch that.
He scored more points yesterday than he did all last year with Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, what an amazing story. That's a great story.
Nuts.
And Villanova. So Villanova and Penn are in. What do you think? Would you think of Selection Sunday?
Brackets. Yeah, I thought it was. I mean, it was what we heard it was going to be. The man, Joel Lenardi, or what was his name? His name's Lenardi, right?
Joe Lenardi.
Yeah. He was
Bracket
perfect.
policy.
He was perfect.
He's great, Joe.
He
I love
every
Joe.
at-large bid team.
I love Joe. I think Joe is great.
Yeah,
he knows his stuff.
I always liked San Diego State getting in. They were one of the last 4 out. I like them because they just play such good defense, and they're always good for maybe an upset or two. But other than that, I mean,
now you got
pretty chalk.
You got a tough road. I mean, you got to go play Illinois.
Penn?
Yeah.
They got a fighter's chance at Illinois. I've watched them a couple times. I know Dandy D, the AD, he's high on Illinois.
Yeah, I am too.
They're defensively. They're not good defensively. And I don't know. I don't think it happens, man. They don't jump out. Nothing jumps out from that
you
for
got
me.
Penn against Illinois.
I'm just saying.
Oh, VG going for the upset. I love it.
They got a coach very familiar with the Big Ten. You know, he knows the system they run out there. It's a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they got a shot.
I love it. VG going for the upset. What's the line on the game? I didn't see the early line. I know you trash man knows the line.
I don't. I think it was like obviously it's double digits.
Look at that. Going Penn. Let's go.
That's not an official play yet, but we're leading it. We're leading it.
Step out. We going Penn. Quakers.
Penn's getting 24.5.
Oh, you love Penn with 24
and a half.
Yeah, you're all over Penn, all over the Quakes. That's right. Villanova has a very.
Yeah, they got a rough one.
What, Utah State?
Yeah.
I think they win. You like Utah State?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
I think so.
You're a man of the Aggies? Aren't they the Aggies?
Who knows with those Utah teams? Let me see if I get a line on this one.
No, but why are you? I haven't seen them play. You've seen them play?
Utah State?
Yeah.
No, I look at this line.
Oh, you haven't seen them play. What are you even talking about?
The line.
Like, I can see, here's what Villanova's biggest problem is. You got Arizona if you win. And they ain't beating Arizona, right? Like, so that's the biggest problem for Villanova. But you're upset over the line?
Yeah.
Well, stop.
2.5?
That means nothing.
They're dogs, dude.
So what?
They're dogs.
Doesn't mean anything.
We'll see.
If they lose, it's not because of the line. That's ridiculous. You got to match it up.
They don't lose because of the line. The line indicates that they're probably going to lose.
At 2.5, if it was 8, I would agree with you.
9-8 team matchup is 8 points.
Okay, that's the point. It's a coin flip game. It's 8-9.
They got the coin leaning towards Utah State.
Get out of here. Go stick to Penn, would you?
You realize Jay Wright's not coaching there anymore, right?
I know.
You don't have to be all gushy.
I'm not gushy. I got 2 teams of the 2 local teams in. That's all I got. I don't have my TU squad.
I know, unfortunately. Bad.
I miss them. It was funny. My buddy Boo and I were talking yesterday, and we were talking about Houston because it was Saturday, because it was during a game and Saturday night. I love watching them play.
You do?
Yeah, I
hate that team.
I love. Well, you figure you would.
Ugh, why would you like Houston?
I love them.
What do you like about Houston?
I love them. I love them. You know why?
Get out of here.
Because they remind me, and it was ratified by Boo. They remind me of Temple, Cheney's Temple teams. They're just like Temple Cheney. They remind me. Kelvin Sampson reminds me of John Cheney. So I have an affinity toward them because they remind me of them.
Yuck.
What do you mean, yuck?
I hate watching them play. They got their freshman Flemings. He's all right offensively. Other than that, just that defense. They
love defense.
They got nothing else. They got nothing else. They got the Flemings kid now. Out.
Well, who cares what you think?
They're out.
Already 5 seconds. I'm trying to give you flowers over Penn.
They're like the worst team to watch. And it's like a Big Ten team in Houston.
You're a Syracuse guy.
Yeah, let's go.
Alley-oops.
Let's get out and run.
They stink.
Let's play defense and get out and run.
They're stink. Derek Coleman.
They do stink right now.
Yeah, they're a fraud.
They blow right now.
The true matchup zone was Temple's matchup zone, not that fake Boeheim zone. The hell out of here with that.
Yeah, get out of here.
Get out of here with that. They're dogs, baby.
Yeah, right.
That's right. In fact, my boy.
Who's your boy?
Danny D. They're dogs.
Yeah.
Said the same thing I said.
It's an insult to dogs everywhere.
Tony the ref.
Insult to
I love
dogs.
Houston, too. Because you know why? They got grit. You got no grit.
Yeah, take that grit as Arizona smokes them twice this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. That East region is wicked.
Dude, the coaches in there?
Dude.
Shire, Self, Hurley, Izzo, Patino.
It's insane. How about
Dude, Patino's the best.
He's the greatest.
He's the best.
How about the beating? He
the
beat
best. You see him drinking a beer afterwards. He's at the press conference table drinking a beer.
He's the greatest.
I love it.
How about he slapped that UConn crap?
Love it, dude.
You crap. I loved it. Hurley got smacked by Dracula.
Can't believe we have so many Houston fans amongst us.
Well, because we recognize
You
grit.
recognize what?
Grit.
Come on.
We recognize grit. Yeah, baby. That's good basketball grit.
They might lose to A&M.
They're not losing to A&M. He's already. Jules, turn his mic off. Duke, look at this. Duke, St. John's, Kansas, Louisville, Michigan State, UCLA, and UConn. Oh, that's the East region.
It's crazy.
That's
I think
incredible.
that's appropriate. Duke should not have been no number one overall, I don't think. Give me my Arizona. They should have been number one.
I'm a Michigan guy, but I know yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to get one out of the system.
I still think Michigan. I
think
mean, Arizona's nasty.
That bracket, I think South Florida's a nice one coming out of that bracket. That's at Hodgkin's coach, the guy who was like, you touch my players, you coach my players. Yeah. They play tough.
They do.
That's if I'm going to pick a grit team, it's South Florida.
I'm going to pick a grit team.
Yeah, I mean, like I got to grit up with you guys, or Tony, the ref, or Danny. I got to find a grit team now to sit in with you. All right.
No, you got
South
no grit.
Florida.
You got no grit. Just face it. You're
I got
not a
true grit. True grit, bro.
You got no grit. You're a bean sprout.
People out on Nova, of course.
Yeah.
Smart. Rich McAteer, nice, smart.
I love Rich.
Yeah. He's like, out on Nova. Not
No, I'm
local.
gonna root, man. I root him in. I
and
root
not
it.
local.
I root all in. I don't want to hear it. I root all. I root anything that's within our region. I root in.
People impressed with. They like your Puma shirt. They think you're showing off your guns. He's been going to the gym. He's showing the guns off. It's Eddie Wright. You're like, cuss showing them guns.
It's just a nice. It's going to get cold, so I'm like, I might as well wear a t-shirt today.
Yeah,
I like my t-shirts. All right. The World Baseball Classic is freaking awesome. Can I just tell you, I love this thing.
dude. The crowds have been crazy. It's been a fun excitement. It's like a fun environment.
I was glued to that game last night. Glued. By the way, Bryce roping a double.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bryce got lucky and hit a fastball once. He batting 130.
Again, he can't hit a fastball. How many times are you going to hear that, Jules?
He hit one.
Jules,
he hit one.
Hit a fastball. He ropes Severino's fastball. Whoosh, ripped it.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
So what do you do the rest of the game?
What did the rest of the game? You didn't give him a fastball because you're afraid of him.
But they're not afraid to judge behind him. I've been hearing all this talk. He needs some protection. He's got all the He's got Superman protecting him.
Speaking of a
He's
judge,
batting 167.
Are you kidding me? With that 96-mile-an-hour throw from the outfield to cut down,
Superhuman.
Dude, that throw was what? It was 96 miles an hour.
He looks like a character of a baseball player.
I know. He's Casey at the bat
That's
or
what he's
whatever
like,
that is.
dude. Yes.
96 mile an hour from seed. Right, it was unbelievable.
Dude, Mason Miller is ridiculous, too. I was trying. Hitters are 0 for 50 against him.
I mean,
0 for 50.
Listen, I know they were complaining because I know that was a ball, right?
Yeah.
It was the whatever it is, the ABS system. It would have been a ball.
The last pitch?
Yeah.
But
But the thing is so filthy. Lost in the pit. Like, you try. If you got 2 strikes, you got to protect. But that pitch is impossible to hit.
Yo, I got to say, bro taking shrapnel in the chat. Apparently, he was tweeting out Oscar news during the baseball game.
No, he was not.
Mickey Durkin's like, don't ask bro. He's still watching the Oscars.
Oh, bro!
He was live tweeting the Oscars during the
He was
baseball
live
game.
tweeting the Oscars. Oh, bro! Where's he at? Working from home?
It's a Monday. He's
like
working from
everybody else.
It's a little.
Everybody
dreary
works
out.
from home. They all want to work from from home.
4-day weekends are nice.
Friday and Monday, ghost town in this joint.
Yeah.
Tumbleweeds, Friday and Monday. Oh, God forbid. You come to the office on Monday and Friday.
We're 9:21. The lights aren't even on. Nobody in
Nobody
here.
here except us. We're the only suckers that are here every day. The suckers are here every day.
It's us.
Classic, bro. Where is the bro? Where you at, bro? You got to answer for Sonny at the Causeway, bro. He's talking about movies.
He's in a meeting from his bed.
Oh, yeah.
He's in bed with his laptop.
That's it. Let's get another meeting on the books. We're going to have a meeting to talk about a meeting.
We need a meeting because the elevator's going out to kill somebody. We need a meeting.
The best is we have this elevator. We've told you the travails of the elevator before. The elevator, we get on today, and Jules is the first one in. Because she's like, he's cracking dawn. Boom. She's like, be careful. The elevator's acting weird. Maybe it'll be better when you guys come in. Well, it wasn't.
No.
Like, we get in. It was like, the best way I could describe it is, if you've ever been on the hellhole in Wildwood, where they use centrifugal force to kind of keep you against the wall. Like, all you felt was like your elbow, it goes up and it drops. And you're like, now, am I going to go cascading to the ground floor
100%.
and get smashed?
Do I need to time my jump when I hit the floor? I
don't know what you do. Like, if the thing just snaps, because you have we have that like horror movie where the thing snaps and it just goes. Psh. So what do you do?
I don't know.
What's the way to survive?
I always thought you try to jump, maybe. I
Jump
don't know.
what? Where are you jumping to?
Just jump in the air so you're not your knees don't hit the impact.
But
it's like
you got to time that, cuz. Can you time your jump
shaking.
Can you time your jump that way?
I mean, that's what you got to hope is your only chance.
I don't know, dude.
I would just curl up in a ball.
Know.
Curl up in a ball in the corner. Just try to
I was like, just get me up. Walking down's fine. We know
fine,
that. Just get me up. I can't be walking up these stairs today.
All right. Well, it got you up. We'll walk down.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, I'm not taking that down.
All right. Lots to do. EJ to start it off. Pat McLoone on Murphy Monday. And a Murphy Stout.
Yeah.
Yo, it's tournament time, dude. This is the best.
I'm geeked up, man. I'm like super happy, joyous. I got a team dancing, ready to go. I just got to get to the gym for the next 3 days. Got to eat right, drink right, hydrate, and then poof, it's on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So you don't do play-in drinking?
Nah, I watch them at home. Yeah, I got to treat my body right, dude.
Miami, I think deserve to be out of the play-in. No, they got to get a berth.
I mean, if they played a schedule, they played like a Notre Dame schedule, dude. Come on, it's ranked like 270th.
Taking shots to the Irish.
270th.
So what? I mean, that's the conference you're in. I mean, I don't know. People don't want to play them. They're scared to play them. Yeah. They even said they were scared to play them. They had one loss.
I know, dude.
One loss. You're going to tell me that they're more deserving? I don't know. Pick a 10, 12 seed. I don't know. Did Hawaii win their conference?
Yeah, it must. I don't think they're in that large team.
They're 24-8.
Miami, Ohio's getting 7.5 in the playing game.
I mean, that's not fair. It's just a shame. All right, let's take a quick TO, come back, and talk to E.J. Smith. Got it back. First, a word from our friends. Let's talk. What do we got? Bet Parks! Yeah! It's a Bet Parks Monday. It's here. The field's set. The college tournament begins this week. Michigan State, Penn, Villanova, St. John's, Lehigh. Let's go, Jimmy Head's Lehigh squad. Get skin in the game, but all the action on the Bet Park Sportsbook Online Casino app Tuesday and Wednesday. The first 4 play-in games, then Thursday, Friday. It begins at noon, happens all day into the late night. Make a futures bet. Who wins? You got Duke, Michigan, Arizona, Florida. Nah, Florida no good. Duke pay 25 on Duke pays $68.75. 25 on Michigan pays $87.50. 25 on Arizona pays $100. 25 on Florida plays $162.50. That's right. Make your downtime fun time with the Bet Park Sportsline Online Casino. Always another way to win. Got to be 21. PA, New Jersey, Maryland, Michigan. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Hey, let's talk Xfinity, okay? Xfinity's 5-year price guaranteed. What if you can have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi and you could keep it the same price for 5 years? I mean, that's Xfinity's 5-year guarantee. Imagine Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together, that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. I have that, all right? It's super intelligent Wi-Fi, and it's 6 cents it's got. Lets you stream the game online, even when the family's packing online, doing gaming and everything else. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part, no annual contracts, no hidden fees. Xfinity's best equipment included. A lot can change in 5 years. Championships are won, records are broken, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi, it should stay reliable. And the price should stay put. Xfinity.com, learn more. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only, restrictions apply. Welcome back. Let's go.
This is what I get. This is what I get from Uncle Frank. It's early. He's not fully awake. What did you get your masters in? Having a fugazi appetite?
Oh. On the Xfinity mobile call-in line, E.J. Smith. What's up, my brother?
What's going on, guys? I really enjoyed the elevator story. I have to remember to not take the elevator when I get in later today.
No, dude,
If
you don't
like
want that
rides,
ride.
If you're not a fan of rides, no.
It's not even a Wildwood Boardwalk ride. It's a carnival.
Yes.
Like a bad carnival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, somewhere at VG's old stomping ground.
Yeah.
No, it's not even Stella Maris.
No.
I was going to say, is it like Knoebels out in Lancaster? Or like, that's not Lancaster. Where is Knoebels at?
Oh,
It's like
no,
Central
no,
PA.
it's not like that at all. It's those
Okay.
roving
It's even more-
carnivals.
Yeah, like the carnies.
Like a 16-year-old kid named Cletus running.
The carnies coming in.
Yeah.
To pickpocket you. Like, the whole nine. And here you go. Yeah, we're fully licensed. You got the kid with no teeth running the ride.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. All right. Stairs for me today. I could use a little bit of stairs. That's good.
Yeah, you'll be all right. You can handle it. All right. Before we start, you a bracket man?
I am. I kind of go off of vibes, though. I have to admit. I've just given up my analytical bracket days at this point. I feel like you could put a lot of time into it, or you could be quick with it, and it's probably going to end up about the same. I know that that's not my most sports.
No,
take here,
dude.
but,
I'll tell you, since I'm older than you, played more brackets than you because of my age. I don't think I've ever won it. Like maybe one time.
Yeah.
In the millions of bracket pools I've filled out in my life, I think I won once.
Right. Yeah. It's like you almost get punished for caring too much about it. You almost get punished for that. So I usually just go off of the teams I hope make it far, and then go from there.
Yeah, how do I match up this matchup, that matchup?
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And, whatever. Will you spend Thursday, Friday imbibing?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, imbibing. Yeah, we'll have a steady, consistent, stream going there. I don't want to go too crazy. You never know what Howie Roseman will be up to. You got to make sure you keep your head on a swivel.
I just mean, will you be enjoying the? I know.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You're responsible. You're not VG. You're responsible.
Yeah. No, I'll be watching all the games. Now, this is we have to enjoy this sports time. It's going to go quiet for a little while after this. So, I enjoy this time.
Well, this is my second favorite time of the year. So this is how I look at it, right? You got my favorite time of the year is October.
Sure.
Because you have football, NFL, college, baseball playoffs, the start of NBA, NHL, right? College.
Yeah.
Favorite time of the year. Halloween. This is my second favorite time of the year because you got baseball about to start. You obviously got March Madness. You got hoops, hockey playoffs, and
NFL offseason.
and the NFL draft.
Something. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, World Baseball Classic right now is electric. I mean,
Awesome.
I had it on. I was working while I had it on, but incredible game. Incredible game.
It was such
Yeah.
a great game. All week of Italy on Saturday.
Yeah.
Once again, the
Dude,
Italians.
they just keep rolling.
Ah!
Dude, they're only one.
Pasquats.
They're like minus 104 with a 1.5 run
I
line.
got new. They're beating Venezuela.
I think you're right.
They're going to win. Vinny, you're unstoppable right now. All right, let's get to it. So, let's compare notes. I like doing comparing our notes. So, we'll start with Goedert. All right. Great. You re-signed him. There was no market for him.
Right.
He loves it here. So, it was kind of an easy decision. But the Eagles, quite fortunate, you get to bring him back and at a very friendly deal.
Yeah, no, I think that's the right read here is that the veteran tight end market really didn't take off this offseason. And I think that's reflective in the fact that Dallas Goedert was, willing to extend that void deadline a couple of times and really push to come back. I heard the same thing that, he really wanted to stay in Philadelphia, stay with the Eagles. He's obviously been here a long time. He's got a kid on the way. So, there was some personal reasons he wanted to stay. And also, I think, in terms of reading the market, I think there weren't tons of great options for him out there. He's 31 years old. He was healthy last year, but he's got an extensive injury history. So, if you had told me before free agency that the Eagles were going to bring him back on a deal that's worth up to $7 million, I would have told you that they'd sign up for that any day of the week. So, I think that made a lot of sense for both sides because, the Eagles get to have one of the more productive tight ends in the league from last season. And really, it kind of gives them another year to figure out what their long-term plans are at that position. Nobody in that room is under contract through next season, but I think that it sets you up where you don't have to force it in the draft. But on the other side of it, if Kenyon Sadiq is there at number 23 for the Eagles, you don't have anybody blocking the way for him to be, the pick for you there. I don't know if he's going to make it to 23. I know that's what you're thinking, but if he was, you can still draft him and you can.
Well, that was my next question, which is true or false? The Eagles will carry 4 tight ends this year.
I think so. Yeah, I think they're going to be in heavy personnel packages. I think if you look at, so I got a piece up right now on allphly.com where I go through the depth chart and basically determine where their needs are on the offensive side. I'll have the defensive side later in the week. And, the way I look at it, it's like Dallas Goedert, Johnny Munt are your 2 locks. Then the rest of those guys, Grant Calcaterra, EJ Jenkins, Cam Latu, those guys, you expect one of them to be the number 3. But yeah, you're going to draft a guy. I'd expect. I would suspect, whether it's the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round. I still think they target a tight end early in the draft. I think that what they've done so far in free agency is to really make sure they don't have to force it. They're not going to be forcing a tight end in the 2nd round if there's not one there.
Yeah, I'm with you. You got Sadiq, and then there's a huge drop off, like Claire from Ohio State. Max Clare, it was all right.
Yeah, I think it's a type of like class where you can really wait until the 3rd or the 4th round, and you could get your probably your number 3 tight end as a rookie, and then they can move into that 2nd spot. There's different flavors. You could get a receiver first, you could get a combo guy, or you could get somebody who's going to be more of a dirty work guy. So it's a good class, but it's more the depth is more in the middle rounds of the draft.
Yeah.
Were you guys surprised there was no market for Goedert? $7 million sounds terrible. He had no leverage in this.
Last year was 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a good season.
And he took a pay cut down to 10. But if you look at the tight end deals elsewhere, like Cade Otton got 10. He's younger than Goedert. Isaiah Likely didn't sign for as much as people would have expected. If you had asked me before free agency if I thought Dallas Goedert
look at
Charlie
Njoku.
Kolar was going to get more money, I would have said Goedert. Njoku, we'll see what he signs for, but I don't know.
The fact that he's still out there, like out there a week later, you're starting to go bad on the shelf.
Yeah. Perishable.
You know what I mean?
that.
Like,
Good
you're like, all right.
Now you get the 20% off discount.
They send you to the Aldi supermarkets.
Yeah, that's the manager special. Yeah.
Right? Like you got, or they send you to Ninth Street. They're like my cousin. my father's cousin Johnny. He gets the fruit. It's like it's like a day from being like bad.
It's like the greatest.
You better eat it
My
today.
grandpa would always bring him back from the market
like,
a day later.
Hey, 12 for $1. 12 for $1.
Yep. Yeah, he's going to the tight end outlet if you're not careful there. Yeah.
Right.
So I think, I think that for whatever reason, that veteran tight end market is a lot cooler than we would have expected going into things. It is crazy though. Charlie Kolar is getting more money than Dallas Goedert. Like I would not have guessed.
Wild.
Yeah.
I know. I like Charlie Kolar.
Same. Yeah.
But he's younger, and it is crazy though. I'm with you. It's nuts. But I agree. He should be the 4 tight ends. All right. So now let's move over to AJ, right? Because Friday was a wild day of insider tweeting, right? Like it was crazy. So the Rams get in, and then the trade's imminent. No, it's not traded, right? New England is Baltimore. What's going? So ultimately, my read on the situation is that they weren't offered anything close to what they wanted to get. If they were willing to move AJ, but they needed something pronounced to do it. They weren't anxious. Look, AJ said, can you find a new home for me? All right. Well, Howie goes, you got a dead cap hit. It's going to kill me, right? So I got to get 2 1s back or something to that effect, right? 1 and a 2, whatever. The right one. Well, nobody was offering that. I mean, New England came closest, but the holdup was the 1. They wanted to give this year's 1. And he couldn't. You had to at least post date until June 1st, and this year's 1 doesn't do that. So there was no way to get around June 1st and the cap thing. So he said, I want next year's 1. Never materialized. The Rams weren't offered anything. The Rams tried to come in and steal AJ.
Yeah, which you knew how he wasn't going to. I felt like the price for the Rams is even a little bit higher than anyone else because of what it means for your path to the Super Bowl through the NFC. So yeah, I was always, I expected that if they were going to do a deal with the Rams, it would have had to be a huge amount paid from Los Angeles. And I heard the same thing, like that they weren't really. It wasn't a serious offer necessarily.
No, they were trying to steal.
Yeah,
trying to steal, and Howie's not going to get fleeced. There's no so Howie, listen. So I heard that this wasn't even Friday. All this stuff was getting reported, but that stuff was, I think everybody's late on, like by the time word trickles down, you get the agents whispering down the lane. What my read on it is they knew middle of the week, like stuff was not going to be there. So they went to AJ. AJ, listen, we love you, and we know you love it here. We know your one issue is with the quarterback. So here's the deal. We got Sean Mannion. Jalen can't wait to get at it. Jalen's going to be terrific this year. Mannion's going to work with him. It's going to be, he's going to fix the run game. It's going to be fun. Let's run it back. All right? Come on. We love you. Let's run it back. You're going to have a big year. Jalen's going to be great. Let's run it back. And I think that was the pitch to AJ.
Yeah, and listen, when I was at the Combine, I remember having conversations with people about this, and there's definitely belief that AJ is receptive to being back for another season. And I think that there's a misconception that there's no path back for AJ to return to this team, with the way that things have gone. But I definitely would, dispute that. I would disagree with that sentiment because, AJ, we've talked about it before. He in the locker room is not viewed as some controversial figure. It doesn't really register with his teammates the way you would expect. I think, his frustrations, I think a lot of guys feel the way that he feels. I think a lot of guys understand where he's coming from. So I don't think there'd be any issue if AJ was back with the Eagles next season, and I don't think there'd be an issue on his end either. I think that's where he can be like miscast sometimes, is like an irrational or unreasonable person.
Right.
I think he would, I think his frustrations are fair. I think, his frustrations are why he would be happy to be somewhere else as well. But no, I think that there's a path for him to return. And I think it's illustrated in the Eagles asking price for him, right? It's a big price because they know that they always can just keep him in house and move forward. So yeah, I remember I've heard from a few people that sentiment, one more ride, like let's run it back, let's try and make one more push at this thing, and it would not shock me at this point. I'd actually say it's probably more likely than not that AJ will be a part of that one last push.
I don't know. I just don't. I don't feel that happening. I think the price the price comes down now a little bit. Now that the price, the cap.
I don't
hit,
think so.
Right?
Maybe post June 1, maybe.
Yeah, post June 1.
You're
That's
still
what I'm
not going to
saying.
trade him unless you feel good about your options.
What's the hit
elsewhere,
post June 1?
Post June 1 would be to offset the cap hit. The cap hit goes down.
No. But
because you can spread it out.
what is the cap hit?
It'd be $20 million because you basically
Hey,
spread it over 2
gross.
years, so you cut it in half.
Yeah,
It's a big hit.
I know, but taking the 40 hit, you feel a little more leverage. Saying, "Hey, I need a second."
Here's the
one."
problem with that. All right, teams know, like you're into June. What are you going to get?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to get a draft pick for next year, or one for next year.
So you're just going to trade him for a first round pick?
Yeah.
All right, the Howie's not doing that.
I don't know. I mean, if we go 2-3 games in and he's got a couple catches each game, we're going to go right back into what we had last year.
But what?
Yeah.
But what did
Then
we
you still
have
have the
last
deadline,
year?
though.
We had a
You still have the
frustrated
deadline.
wide receiver last year.
Okay, but how did it manifest itself? Did it manifest itself? Like, was he the problem? Because I don't think he was.
He wasn't a problem, but he wasn't helping. I mean, we
Okay,
had his
well,
tweets
I
every
mean, like,
week
who
and
cares about
his
tweets? Like-
podcast stuff.
Like, honestly, does that really? I think it's overblown.
We had to have.
Like tweets and podcasts.
I mean,
So what?
didn't we have to have the owner come down and have a talk with him?
So what?
So what? I mean,
I think that was
I don't
more
know.
about like
I
the
look at
optics
it
of.
like if he's on the field, I need him on the field. If I'm taking a run, if I'm
Yeah.
running this back with Goddard, now I need AJ.
I mean, people say
What am I doing?
he wasn't blocking at the end. He wasn't running routes 100%
Okay,
because
well,
he's
you
not
know.
happy. I mean, do we want to go through that again?
Well, yeah. I did, but he's still good.
Yeah, he's
Still caught
great.
touchdown passes.
Yeah.
Still was a big part of the offense. You just going to subtract that?
I'm just saying.
But you
if you go
went
through a
in,
third year with him, he's
But
like,
here's the thing.
when you promised him this, and
But
it doesn't happen.
here's the problem. You've already gone all in with the same group. You're bringing Goddard back,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
You're going to re-sign Jordan Davis. You're going to re-sign Jalen Carter. You're going to re-sign Cooper Quinion, right?
Mhm.
Jalen's the quarterback. What like if you subtract AJ Brown, who's he throwing to?
No, I 100% agree. I don't know what
Well,
they.
so
well,
my
if they got a
point
two-
is,
if they
like,
got a 2 and a
what's
1
the
from-
level of headache? So what? Like he's tweeting stuff. All right.
Yeah, that's more about like how it looks from the outside. I'm telling you, like I don't think it has.
Different picture. He knows.
Yeah, I don't think it registers much with the players.
With
Now some of
Jalen?
AJ's effort stuff last year was apparent, it was obvious. But to Anthony's point, he was still a productive player. If the Eagles' offense was functional last year, I don't think that we're nitpicking AJ's effort on blocking quite as much. I think that there were other things at play there. Yeah, I think actually 2023 was probably a worse example of like what it looks like when AJ's frustrated. But I just think they're all in a different place than they were at that point, and the defense is a lot different. So for me, like I still think you don't want to give away a great player like AJ Brown unless it's a premium price, and I'm not sure that price is going to get met. So that's why I've kind of changed my tune here a little bit, is because I think where they sit right now, I think that he probably is back.
I'd be surprised. I'm a betting man. I'll still bet. I'll still bet post June 1 he goes.
Okay. So
Okay.
you're gonna bet against us right now,
I just did.
even though you have seen my phone.
I know who you get text from. Yeah.
All right. Even though you know who I talk to.
Yeah.
You're still gonna just flout that in my face and bet against me.
I'm not flapping anything in your
You're
face.
flouting it. Yes, you are.
I'm just saying.
You're not.
Post June 1, he moves for a 1.
I don't think they do it for
flouting
a
it.
1.
Flouting it in my face, EJ. He doesn't want to take.
Whoa!
Look he's in. There's somebody working from the office.
Wow!
Hello, bro.
A Monday sighting.
He's in on Monday, EJ. Look at this. The bro's in. You're in trouble. You were tweeting about the Oscars
During the baseball.
during the World Baseball Classic.
I can multitask.
No, you're taking shrapnel in the chat, dude.
Chat's all
AJ,
over.
he's tweeting about the Oscars. One battle after
I gotta be honest, I
another.
didn't even know the
I'll give you
Oscars
one
were
battle
last
after
night.
Another.
Didn't even know it was Oscars night last night. I gotta be real.
Of course not. You're a sportsman. You know. That's right, EJ.
I was busy with Eagles news. Yeah.
All right. So where are you at now? I got one issue. If there's one issue I got with this off season, I got no edge.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you had a big update there on the Greenard trade, because I was going to come on here and ask you what was going on with that. I heard you earlier say that it's not going to happen.
Nah, they're very pessimistic it's going to happen. They're trying. They tried. They thought they had a deal Friday and then kind of went away.
The contract there was always the big question. It's like,
Yes.
what is it going to cost on an extension? You probably are willing to move a decent draft pick to get him, but what do you have to pay him?
I don't think they. I don't think it's. I think it's with Greenard.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Then it's a legitimate question. You know, and you think to this time last year, you think the way that they looked going into training camp, they had two big needs that they had to address. You know, but like going into the season, and it was edge rusher as the big one because of the fact that some of those dart throws they took didn't really pan out. So I do think, you tell me what you think of this analogy. I kind of look at edge rushers at this point like relief pitchers almost. Like you can find them, around the deadline. You can find them, later into the process than you maybe would expect via trade, because a lot of these guys want to play for contenders, and they're difference-making players. So that one I think could be to be continued.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about those guys, so those journeymen that was your boy Julius Peppers and all these guys like that are looking to steal a ring. I hear you.
Yeah, but it's
but I prefer, if I want to go shopping for a reliever, I want the Durantula.
Right. Yeah, you want to be shopping at the top of that market. So, I mean, who's that? Max Crosby right now?
Well, you're not.
I just don't think they're going to move him.
That's not happening.
Yeah. So I think they're going to have to keep their options open there. The other one, I'm not saying it's as important as edge, but I think it is important. When you look through their depth chart, they do not have a swing tackle right now. I mean, Fred Johnson's still out there, but it's one that they went into last year not really, they didn't have a plan for it going into training camp. It's an important position. Lane and Jordan Mailata.
Yeah, I want Fred.
League,
I mean, I'm a Fred man. I'm a Fred guy. Like I like Fred. Bring him back.
I do too. And now he really sounded like he wanted to go somewhere he felt like he had a path to starting. So, maybe his options aren't as strong as he thought they would be, and they can bring him back. But I'd be surprised if they go into training camp again this year without having somebody that they feel good being that first tackle off the bench.
Yeah. I think in this offense you need it, and especially with the way Mannion's going to want to run things on offense. That thing needs to be fortified. That line.
Absolutely.
Big deal.
And then
man.
safety's the other one. We'll see what happens there. I think Michael Carter is going to be in play. But that's another one that you could probably find somebody later in the process than you'd expect.
I'm not as worried about safety. I think you're right. It's definitely a need, but if I'm worried about one right now, I'm worried about the edge.
Yep,
because,
I agree.
You can't go. They just have no money, dude. The other thing they're paying cash for, they have to pay cash for some of this stuff. That hurts you.
Yeah. I mean, especially with some of the extensions they've got coming up, they've got a lot of things to navigate. But that edge rusher group, it's funny because Vic doesn't care as much as some of the previous D coordinators here. But that you look at the teams that make postseason runs, you feel like you're going to have to add some firepower there.
I agree. That would be the one area. But listen, if you take it from its totality, I see people, the Eagles are going down, there's the floor, all this other nonsense. All of a sudden, that defense isn't any good.
Yeah,
for
I was
real.
gonna say, and also,
And
it's March
if you go
16th.
back with AJ Brown, I don't care if he's miserable, he's still going to play, right? He's still going to play. Play last year. And Devontae Smith and Goddard can still, are you going to tell me that Saquon Barkley and they're not good? Come on. What are we doing?
Yeah, no, I mean that was something Mina mentioned it. Mina Kimes mentioned it on our show on Friday. It's a really solid roster. We're kind of finding the few holes that they have, and Howie Roseman loves to say they don't play a game next week. It's March 16th. They got a lot of time to address some of these things. Yeah,
and listen. I trust Howie. I just do. I trust the guy. I think the guy knows what he's doing. I think I think that whole organization, from their scouting people, the coaching, they're picking the brains of all their coaches. This thing is a big operation when it comes to draft and fit and everything else. Howie's made one mistake, the Bryce Huff thing. That was it.
Yeah, and now that guy retired. It's crazy. He's working on fire suppression for lithium-ion batteries. Yeah,
right. It's crazy, but that's it. I mean, so anyway, I feel good about it. EJ, what are you watching this week?
We'll be watching to see some of these. I expect them to have a few more free agency signings. Again, like I mentioned, offensive line. I could see something at receiver. So yeah, keeping an eye on all that, seeing where things go from here. But honestly, I'm gonna really turn to draft a little bit this week too. I think I'm gonna do my first mock draft for the site later this week. So you got to keep an eye out on allphly.com for that one. And yeah, we'll be live with Bo.
We got to do our own mock. We should do a series of mocks.
Yeah, we should. That'd be fun. I'm gonna do an Eagles only, but I think we should go through the whole first round at some point. Yeah. No, it sounds fun. I saw Omar Cooper
Thursday or Friday.
I saw someone had Omar Cooper at the end of the first round, and I'm like, when did that happen?
I love Cooper. Let's go.
I love him too. End of the first though, that surprised me. So
I can see it.
Yeah. Okay.
I can see it. I don't see.
I mean, he's great. Yeah.
I don't see Sadiq being there, but I can see Cooper being there.
Yeah. I think
Tyson's legit. Everybody's on Concepcion. I'd rather have Cooper.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there.
I'd rather have Cooper. Give me Omar, baby. Omar wasn't a stoolie. I want Omar. Buddy. Last thing, Jennings. Any interest there?
He was productive last year, and he's a good fit for the system. So for that reason, I keep an eye on him. He was one I didn't expect going into free agency because I thought he would have a market. But now that he's still out there, if you can get him on a cheap deal, I think it would make sense because you've seen him in the system.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Great work, E.J. Smith.
All right, guys.
My man.
It's my man, too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're quite still here if you want to ask a question.
Oh, what you think about the Love is Blind reunion?
Ann's gonna hate that, but it was a great reunion.
Well, I'll talk to you about it when you come in. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, I'm glad that they asked some tough questions. I thought it was necessary.
Hey, I got you guys. My wife says, hey, ask VG about, I guess, she goes, there's this guy, he's like a D-bag. He's a shorter guy, and he's going out with a doctor or something.
Yeah,
he was
this
the
is
worst.
Chris.
The worst. Yeah. How can that guy could ever date anyone again? Oh,
I mean, yeah, I think he hired like a PR firm for the reunion, and he needed to because like what he did transcended like just like reality TV drama. Like that's just like you can't be doing that.
He's the one who like told her like I need someone who like goes to the gym every day.
Yeah, I need someone who does Pilates every day. Yeah,
and she's got an awesome house. She's like crazy successful.
She's a
like,
doctor.
Sorry,
yeah,
I'm not at the gym every day. I'm a doctor, like saving lives and stuff. Yeah, he's nothing to look at.
Yeah.
That's what my wife's like. I hate this guy.
Oh, I hate.
Yeah.
He was the worst guy on the season by far. By far. Yeah.
You watch that, Jules?
Not hard. I mean, that's not easy.
You don't watch that slop, do you? No, Jules. Don't watch that slop.
No.
I mean, you get
Listen to me and EJ. It's good stuff.
guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
That
All right,
is,
brother.
it's like junk food, right?
Yes.
It's like my TV junk food. Yeah.
All right, buddy. Brackets. I got a bracket for you.
Love it. Love it. All right, guys. Talk soon.
All right. See you, pal. Here he is, EJ Smith. We love him. All right. Coming up, Pat. And we're going to dive into it.
Hey, can I just say, what is your instant reaction on this? The NBA is having a meeting March 24th to 25th to vote on 2 expansion teams in Las Vegas and Seattle. Like, we need more teams with this slop. Are you kidding me?
Two more
Do you
teams?
see the lineups the Sixers are putting out
Another
there?
30 players? So I need more Jabari Walker in my life?
Yes, apparently. More load management.
That league is
Crazy.
brutal, man. It's just brutal. It's like, it's just.
Do they not watch their product and someone
No,
says,
nobody
yeah,
watches
we
it.
can use 2 more teams of this. Let's thin it out even more.
But the problem is that the commissioner said it because the way we're not like sports. We're content.
He also said, we're a highlight league.
Yes.
We're a highlight
He
league.
said we are, nobody's watching. Basically concedes nobody watches full games and nobody should go to the games.
Basically, yes. That's what he's telling you. Meanwhile, there's people's jobs are trying to sell season tickets and tickets of
I
this.
was like, dude, how about you just fix it? Instead of nobody being interested, how about you lop off 10 games and maybe contract?
Right. Yeah, let's thin it out more. Let's add more.
So we're going to add 2 teams. Like, Sean Kemp's not coming back to the Sonics. All right, let's take a quick TO. Talk about our friends.
Looking for a car, looking for a truck, looking for an SUV? Elkin Chevrolet's got you. Elkin Chevrolet, they're run by 3 brothers. Real brothers, local guys. They're at the dealership every day, making sure everything's going smooth. And right now, they're putting on a President's Day sales event, and the deals are bigger and better than ever. You need a truck? They've got it. Looking for an SUV? They got that too. They got your Silverados. They got the nice Blazers. They got the big, comfortable Suburbans and Tahoes. Every vehicle comes with the kind of service that makes you feel like you're part of the family, because they are a family. But don't wait. These President's Day deals are only there for a short time. Swing by Elkin Chevrolet, Route 73 South in Marlton, New Jersey. Super easy to get to right over the bridge and get in on the deals that are just plain honking good. Elkin Chevrolet, they're real brothers, they're real deals, and they got a whole lot of honking good service. Together, let's drive.
Look, you want Jalen Carter out catching passes? No. All right? Come on now. Not worth the risk, the time, the money. Keep your stars focused on doing what they do best. Same goes for your business. You don't want your top people buried in operations, tedious, time-consuming, redundant activities that wear them down. Togo can help any business look to reduce operating costs, from customer service and accounting to order management, logistics, admin, data entry, even complex multi-step operational processes. We take it off your plate. Every Togo program includes dedicated staff, custom automations, US-based process engineers who act as your quarterback, giving you complete control, total transparency, and instant efficiency. At Togo, they turn your playbook into performance. You call the plays, we execute. HarnessTogo.com. Scale smarter, work faster, stay focused on winning. All right, welcome back. See this? These are the brackets. I love it.
So will you fill out a bunch and get in some pool?
I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
Anthony's got a St. Augustine crew pool. You have to get in.
All right, yeah.
All right. I love this stuff. I love brackets and just, we'll do the Mikey Miss, field of 64 or whatever's.
All right.
Always fun. Always good stuff. Great.
Do a 64 Fugazi Italians. Put me in as like a 15 seed.
Oh, you're a 1 seed, baby. Joining us now, who's not Fugazi. He's the man. Let's talk. He loves it. A great hoop guy.
Oh, yeah. He was texting me all weekend.
Great hoop guy. As much as he's an Eagle guy, I got to ask him. I think he goes basketball 1, Eagles 2, football 3.
All encompassing basketball, high school, college.
Everything basketball.
Yeah.
He's a round ball man.
Yeah.
Let's go to our man on the Xfinity Mobile call-in line, Pat McLoone. Editor!
Morning, boys.
Got his
How
Guinness
are you?
shirt on. Yeah.
Look at that!
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Look at that.
Hello,
Hello,
darkness,
darkness, my old friend.
Did you get that
There
there?
you go. What's that?
Did you get it there?
No. I got other Guinness material from the Guinness place, but I saw this one recently and thought I needed something for St. Patrick's Day. So you're getting a little preview for tomorrow's gear. So there you go.
I love it.
Yes.
I freaking love it. That's
There
awesome.
you go. Yep. I also love VG's attire. He's looking good. Resplendent in the cheer for the red and the
blue. On
blue.
that game yesterday.
Yeah.
So I got to ask you, you're such a great hoop guy. Do you go, is hoops number 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. It's VG nailed it. It's the encompassing thing. If you're talking about, there's one particular thing that I'm most into, it would be Eagles football. But, basketball is my sport. That's the sport I played many years and many pounds ago. And, I'll be going to a game tonight just to get at it. I'm going to see Bonner Upper Moreland in the semifinals up at state semis at Norristown High School.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, see, that's a strong, that's where you're a great hoop
Nice.
man.
Don't be surprised if I pop in the gym to see you running Massimo and the boys around sometime.
I love it. I
would love to see that.
You kidding me? That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
and if there's one thing I could do other than what I did, I was blessed and enjoyed a long career of stuff that I loved. The only other thing, if it paid, is if I could coach little kids to play hoops. I did that for years, and it's the best.
It is. I'm with you, brother. And like when you get them and you go through it and you start to do the turnaround, you start to win. Oh, it's a gift. It's a gift.
Yes, yeah.
All right. Let's go. Let's talk in totality. Brackets. All right. What did you like? What didn't you like? From the selection committee?
Well, I thought they did a good job. I think that the guy that explained himself, the guy that was the head of the Sun Belt, gave you real specifics and answered questions a lot better than they do in the college football about teams getting left out. They have a real criteria. Kudos to our friend Joe Lenardi, formerly Drexel Hills Lenardi, now Havertown, who goes 68 for 68. It's a science with that guy, and Joe really knows his stuff.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Hitting every at-large bid team.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Everyone. But what jumped out to me, a couple things jumped out, Anthony. One is, again, wow, how the Big East has fallen. I mean, 3 teams, a 2, a 5, and an 8. Now, riddle me this, boys. St. John's wins the league, wins the tournament, pummels UConn, pummels them. UConn gets the 2, St. John's gets the 5.
In the East, a ridiculous East. That's not right. They got screwed, Jules.
Yes.
Readers will tell you that.
There
Readers
you go.
will tell you that.
Oh, sure. Rita's knows everything from CYO up through the NBA.
That's right.
That's a Philadelphia institution.
So I'm with you. I didn't know that. Dude, that East is just ridiculous. Duke.
Absolutely.
Think about this for a second. Duke, UConn, Kansas, St. John's, UCLA, Michigan State, Louisville. What?
Yes. I'll tell you what. I always, when in doubt, if I have a toss-up game, I look at the map and I do geography, and I always pick the team that's closer to the Atlantic Ocean. And I think that Mick Cronin's kind of fallen off the edge a little bit. He's done some kookalook stuff lately, but boy, they're good.
They are good.
Pat,
He's a wacko, but
been
they're good.
drama all year, but maybe he finally got to them because they're healthy and they're playing good ball right now.
Yeah.
When he pulled the kid off and he screamed at the reporter.
It's been nuts.
And I'll tell you, I don't think I'll pull the trigger, but that's not a great thing for UConn to win their first game and then draw UCLA in the second game.
I know.
They could beat them. They could beat them. I don't think they will. That's the ultimate East-West thing there. But, that jumped out at me. I always look at the 5, 12, 6, 11s. I kind of like South Florida as an 11.
Yeah.
That's VG. That's a VG selection.
They're going to be good.
Yeah.
They're going to be a tough out.
Yeah. And the 5-12s aren't as much of a gimme. I feel bad for the Northern Iowa having to draw St. John's as a 5, sitting there as 12. But how about the Zips?
I think High Point's going to upset Wisconsin.
I mean, they could. They put up like 90 a game. They shoot the lights
Nothing
out.
would make me happier. That's my, I base everything on how the former Iowa coach felt about the other Big Ten teams, and I'm not sure that was his favorite guy.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would love to see High Point do that. Akron's, that's Texas Tech they got, and that's a possibility.
Akron, they're missing Toppin, and Akron can shoot the ball, so it's going to be a tough out.
And another guy, Anderson, on Texas Tech's got to, pull a groin or something. They don't know how he's going to be. So,
What do you guys think about that McNeese State?
They're live, baby. Vandy, I think Vandy could be caught coming off. That was a run they had, and then could be come down.
What I tend to do with the brackets, Anthony? I tend to pick one. First of all, here's what I do: I literally sit there and play every game in my head, and then make a pick. I kind of think about the matchup, boom, and make a pick. I kind of.
This is why you and I are kids, like kindred spirits. I do the same thing.
10-second game in my head, I think it through.
I do the same thing.
Whatever happens. At the end of the bracket, it is what it is. But that's a legit thing of what I think is going to happen. And then I might go off to the side and take another bracket where I get a little more dangerous. Yeah. I'll tell you,
I do that.
No disrespect to what they do, their expertise to begin with. But every year, it's the same old thing. It used to go back to Dick Vitale, who I think is a great American character. I think Billis is really good, but I watched last night Billis, Jay Williams, and Seth Greenberg. You wait till the end of it, and Jay Williams went first, and his Elite Eight is 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and 1-2. Come on, man, give me a little something I can work with here.
The only thing is, man, it's tough. Like this year, it feels a lot of rock chalk. And I don't mean Kansas.
I agree with you. And I think that we need a bigger sample, guys. But last year, all ones in the 4, right?
Yeah.
And you wonder, you're going to need a 4 or 5 year sample of life in the NIL world to see if maybe there will always be 6-11 upsets, 5-12 upsets, but maybe that 2-7, 3-6, 1-8 upset is a thing of the past.
I think you're right. You're right. We needed more new sample size. But if you look at,
I think the East got a shot with that. I mean,
the East is so strong.
Got a St. John's, Michigan State would not surprise me in the final of that bracket. And that's a 5-3.
Another thing I look for in the brackets is coaches.
Mm-hmm.
And styles and guys who've been there before. And VG brings up Michigan State and say, you're looking at Patino and
Izzo.
So interesting.
Do you? I'm with you. I look at coaches. I look at guard play. Can you shoot the three with your guards? What are your guards like? Are they senior? Are you senior guards?
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
I'm with you. Styles. Like, we got into it. Break the tie here because I love this Houston team. All for one reason. They remind me of Temple. They remind me of John Chaney and how they play, and they're rugged. My buddy Boo and I were talking about it. Like, they remind me of Temple. That's who they are.
Yeah, and over the years, I haven't been a big Sampson fan, but I got to tell you, they're always there. He's got those guys. You know why I think you're really spot on there with Temple in the sense, Anthony, that I think back in the day, I don't care who you were, when you saw that you drew Temple,
yeah,
you knew you were
yes,
slot.
yes.
And I think that when people see that they got Houston, they know they're in for a tough day.
Yes.
And he's got about 7 or 8 guys. He doesn't have guys that are going to be the top 5 in the draft, but he's got guys that
Danny D said it. They're dogs.
They get after it. They're athletic. They have enough length. He'll press you full court, I mean, listen, one thing I feel strongly about that my friends always give me, basketball is meant to be played at high speeds, boys. Yes. I love it. Up and down, 90 feet of hell. That's my kind of ball there.
Yes. 90
That's
feet of hell. Remember the Arkansas?
Yeah.
Yes. 90 minutes of hell or, 40 minutes of hell.
Who are the guards?
Nolan Richardson. Yes. Yeah.
Who are the guards?
Yeah. All the guards. Sidney Moncrief.
Go later, though. When they were playing 40 minutes of hell, who were the guards for the Razorbacks? How about that Lee Mayberry?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Nice
Wow. Here we go.
Nice
Here we go. That crazy memory is going to come into play.
How about Todd Day?
Oh, Todd Day, yes. Todd Day was a top 10 pick. Yeah. Todd Day was one of those guys that was so good but didn't necessarily translate to the pros. Yeah.
Yes. Great long. Yeah, he was long.
Yeah. And let me tell you who's going to translate to the pros is the current Razorback. That Darius Acuff is good.
Oof.
He's good.
Oof.
He's good.
He's
got
ridiculous.
A mentality about him. Oh, he's a good player.
He really is, man. Yeah. What a player. What a player. All right, so let's go bracket by bracket, region by region. Get your couple picks out of you, and then I got the daily 5 for you. All right?
Here you go. Yep.
So we did the East. If I say who you like, you got I don't like UConn.
Not this year.
I don't think they got enough to get through that gauntlet.
Too inconsistent.
Yeah. Duke, the injury kills Duke.
Hmm.
And you know what? It's Kansas could knock somebody off, but I don't think Kansas is Final Four built this year.
No, that kid drives
Peterson.
me nuts. Yeah.
Yes.
That kid drives me nuts.
He would be a nightmare to coach.
Oh, dude,
nightmare.
I don't want no piece of him here.
I mean, I hate to go one, but I think as if you look at the road, they're going to beat Ohio State, TCU, and then you got the Johnnies, and I think they beat the Johnnies or Kansas.
Yeah, it's a good Duke team, and they got a guy that they can hang it on in Boozer.
Yeah.
They're going to be tough. Yeah.
All right, South. I don't like this Florida team, not because they went out early in the conference tourney, but you got Florida. We got our Cougs, the Illini who face off against the VG Quakers.
Yep, all credit to Franny. He gets a 5th team in the tournament, and I'll stack him up against the other 4. Patino is 6. Franny, Lon Kruger, Tubby Smith, and Steve Alford are the other guys.
Wow.
But Fran did it with only 1 multi-bid league. 4 of his 5 were 1-bid leagues where he had to win it.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Lehigh, Carolina, Greensboro, Siena, and Penn. And every one of those teams is in this year's tournament except for Carolina, Greensboro. But anyway.
How about Power, Pat? Like, was that a great story?
It's an unbelievable story. And you know what happened is Power goes to Duke, didn't work out, transfers to Virginia with that very strict system. And all along, Franny went after him real hard coming out of high school at Iowa, maintained a relationship, kept wishing the family well and boosting the kid. And then when he got the Penn job, they remembered. And now he comes in, and we had a gathering of the LaSalle 1977 guys in November. And he said he had a guy with an injury. And he said, if he comes off this elbow injury, I got the best player in the Ivy League. He told us that.
Wow.
Yep.
You talked to him last night?
What's that? Oh, yeah, definitely. But, very proud of him. His, family, his mother and father would be very proud of what he accomplished. Very cool. Cool for all the guys at LaSalle. Yep.
It's fantastic.
But hey, and you listen, he's no stranger to Brad Underwood. He's played Illinois a lot of times.
Yeah.
But that's not going to go well for the Quakes, I fear. Yeah.
Stop, Pat. They got a puncher's chance.
You always have a puncher's chance.
The Illini's 4-5 in their last 9. They're bad defensively at the guard position. I don't know.
I got to tell you, Billy Penn's getting me pumped up.
Adam
there you
Levine.
go. He is. There he goes. I like the look he's got it going. Yeah.
Billy Penn, man. I love Billy Penn.
They got that guard, Adam Levine. Like, he might exploit these Illini guards. Who knows?
Adam Levine, he's the singer, isn't he? AJ Levine's the guard.
Oh, AJ Levine. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh.
He's got.
It's Adam Joseph Levine.
Oh, come on. You can't get the name wrong.
Dude, there's too many initials on the Quakers. We got AJ, we got JT or TJ. They're all over the place.
But
all right. Who you like in that South?
Can I say I'm pretty surprised and impressed that Pat knows Adam Levine's the singer.
That's
what
right.
band is he from? Maroon 5?
Maroon 5?
Oh, nice pull, Pat.
Yeah. That's watching The Voice with my wife. Yeah. I don't know. I got to be honest. I might pick Florida again to win it all, but I don't know. Houston could win that bracket.
I don't like Florida. I was enamored by them. I thought that they had the goods to make a run. Then I'm looking at them. I think they go through spells.
They don't shoot well.
No, I think they're vulnerable.
Yeah, but you know what they did is they got off. They started. What's their record now? 28-7. Yeah, 28-7. They started 6-5.
Yeah.
So until I guess Vandy took them out. Vandy beat their ass in the tournament.
Yes.
So I can see what you're saying, but my whole year I thought it was going to be either Florida or Michigan, and now they're giving me reason for pause, both of them.
I got to tell you, I look at that.
It's a weak bracket.
I was going to say the same thing.
It's weak.
Illinois is not a 3 seed, and Nebraska isn't a 4 seed.
St. John's a 5, Nebraska's a 4.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. If you drew like a McNeese against Nebraska, I don't think the Troy's got enough.
No.
But
they survived the gauntlet, Pat. Come on.
Huh?
Nebraska's snake bitten. They've never won a tournament game, and they're playing Troy, who just survived the gauntlet.
Yeah, they got the mayor. Fred Hoiberg, who found out that the NBA wasn't for him. And, they went deep into the year undefeated. But, that's a credit to Hoiberg and whatever. That squad, it's to your point, Anthony. In that bracket, Illinois is good, but not 3 good.
No.
Nebraska is good, but not 4 good.
That's right.
Vanderbilt might be better than them both at 5.
Now, Arizona's got to walk in the West.
Well,
They
let's
gotta
take
walk
a
in the
peek
park.
there. I'll tell you what.
I like these.
You
I like
know-
some of the teams. Like I like Gonzaga, but they're not being Arizona.
Yeah, and it's a weird.
They're a
Gonzaga.
good defensively, Gonzaga.
I'll tell you who I really liked 6 weeks ago. I really liked BYU 6 weeks ago.
Yeah,
but they lost Saunders, and he could really shoot it. He's the guy that could shoot you, and he could really shoot you into something.
He'd punish you if you double teamed DeBonsta. He could punish you, but that's not happening now.
I want Kevin Willard and the boys to get a shot at Arizona, but that's a tough first round game. I saw Utah State this week. They play a good brand of ball.
Who do you got in that game? VG takes the line because Nova's a dog. He likes Utah State.
I think Villanova will beat them, but Villanova's oddly constructed now through no fault of their all. With Hodge going down, Anthony, they do not have one forward on the team.
It's crazy, right? Crazy.
Yep. They got Brennan, who's a guy that would work at any time, Villanova. Pierce, who's coming along as a backup, and then 5 guards, and he doesn't go much deeper than 7. The guy that came from Temple kind of flamed out there. Maybe he should have stayed with Fish, where left well enough alone, But I'll give Villanova the benefit of the doubt there. I'll pick the Cats in that one, but that's a tough one.
And then the Midwest is, Michigan. I still think Michigan's the best team.
Yeah, but let's look at who could be there. It's not going to be Virginia at 3.
No.
Boy,
Iowa State's good. Iowa State's legit.
Good. They are good, but I don't see Iowa State in the Final 4.
I could see them beat Virginia. I could see there's really nobody that scares me in that side of the region for Iowa State.
Alabama could beat anybody at any time, but I don't think this year's Alabama team wins 4 straight.
Every year it's the same with them. They can put off 100 on you, but can they do it consistently back to back? No.
Michigan will put up 150 on them.
Not a great Kentucky team. They could have a problem with Santa Clara in the first round, to be honest.
I think Santa Clara wins that one. Kentucky is leaking oil.
Yeah, I agree. I can see it. All right. Now, let's play the little game we do every day called the Daily 5. 5 random questions. I will give them to you and VG. Question number 1. What is the best and worst from the weekend?
Well, the best for me is personal. The best, what happened this past weekend?
Yes.
The best for me is personal. It's Fran McCaffrey and Penn. And
love it.
Any other weekend, the guy that's photoed there would be Dallas Goedert. But for me, it's Penn.
I love it. How about the worst?
The worst of this weekend. That's a good that's a good question. I'll defer to VG while I think about that. The worst of the weekend, real quick. The worst of the weekend is I'm going double strapper. I'm going double strapper on Bruce Pearl.
Yes.
He did it again.
Double strapper.
Why are they employing this guy?
Yes.
They go to him.
He's the creepo.
No thoughts. Oh, well, Auburn should be in. Then they put up the poor guy running things, and they give him a question. Yeah, why didn't Auburn get in? Come on, dude. Be a professional. That was awful.
Wait.
Without a doubt.
The worst. He's a triple strapper because he called Fran McCaffrey Fran McCardle.
What?
No, he didn't.
That's a triple strap.
Triple strapper.
Triple strap.
I had the grandkids here, and I missed that. Oh, God.
Triple strap. No good. What's your best and worst, VG?
Me and Peggy went to a spa, Formation Spa, a sauna and spa. Oh, man, dude, it was awesome. 90 minutes. Sit in the sauna,
Cold plunge, cold shower, back in the sauna for 90 minutes. Awesome.
Wait, Dwayne and I are doing that tonight.
It's
Good
awesome.
for you
I
guys.
can't recommend
Yeah?
it at all.
Okay.
You got rid of. You got to clean out your pores.
It's all getting ready for the drinking on Thursday. You got to
Yeah.
get it all out, all the toxins. Yeah.
Get rid of the
Julia,
toxins.
you do it at night. You're going to do a cold plunge. You're going to be like this at 4 a.m. That's a morning move, Julia.
The worst is also getting rid of toxins, but not me. The big fan of the St. Patty's Day celebrations, but in my neighborhood, Head House Square is chaos, and we got a lot of young Irish folks puking and urinating all over my neighborhood.
Oh, you're 2 street adjacent.
I am. So yeah, that's the worst. A lot of body
Second
fluid
Street.
on the streets walking the dogs this morning.
A lot of vomit.
Yeah. Yes.
Question number 2. Your favorite tourney run. What's your all-time favorite tourney run, Pat?
Well, I enjoyed Dr. John in 2013 with LaSalle. I loved, you know what I really loved was Shaheen Holloway in St. Peter's a few years ago. That was a fabulous run.
Shaheen Holloway. That's awesome. Yes.
Got him the job.
That's a great
as
poll.
Should not have been Big East Coach of the Year this year. I think Willard deserved it more than he did. But that's my run. St.
I like
Peter's.
it. VG, you going Q's?
2003 Carmelo, Jerry McNamara, Cuse run.
Yeah, great run.
Kansas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it. He's the Q's guy.
Jerry
Question number
McNamara
3.
getting disrespected with a 16 seed, VG. Arizona Siena, right? Or who did they get?
Yeah. Oh, the Duke's got Siena.
Okay, Duke Siena.
Yeah.
Question number 3. Off of the World Baseball Classic, what's the best thing by a team? Like you have the Italian team doing the espresso. You have Phillies bamboo. You have the free bird for the USA Hockey. How about a thing, Gloria back in the day? What's the best thing for a team?
I'll lean toward your squad, your heritage in Italy with the espresso. And again, I'll link it to Julia. That one guy he had the 3 homers, had the 3
Pasquantino.
espresso late at night. He's got the Julia look with the eyes wide open. Too much espresso, too late at night.
Vinny P. I love Vinny P. My favorite player.
Pasquas.
Him and McGonigal.
Yeah. I think all-time classic. I hate to say this, but I love the Lambeau Leap. I'm a fan of it.
That's cool. I agree.
But I also I like the Mariners with the Trident. I'm a big Trident fan. I don't know why. I love when they carry the Trident around the dugout.
That's cool. I agree. Trident's cool.
Yeah.
I agree with that. It's good stuff. Question number 4. You get 3 coaches to coach a game for your life. Any sport. So your life hangs in the balance. You get to pick 3 of the coaches to save your life. Who you got?
Okay, well, one is a photo right there. Jay Wright, without a doubt. I don't care if it was soccer.
Yes.
Jay Wright. I'm going to tell Jay to roll out the balls for me. And since I live on the edge, my number 2 is I'm going to roll. I'm going to roll with Buddy Ryan. I don't care.
Whoa!
Buddy Ryan.
Wow!
Wherever,
Ball.
whenever. There you go. And I don't know. Let's keep it local. I feel pretty good with Speedy Morris coaching me at any level from the grade school all the way up.
Speedy or Phil? Phil's a great coach.
Phil's a great coach, did a great job. By the way, if we get massive upsets in round 2, we get Fran McCaffrey against Phil Jr.
I know. I'd be awesome.
Phil Jr., boom. I was all for the Hawks getting in the tournament in the final, but no shot.
That was sweet.
Yeah, no shot am I rooting for St. Joe's against Phil Jr.
Yeah.
I was VCU all the way on that one.
Wow.
BG.
I go Mike Keenan. I love Mike Keenan.
Iron Mike.
I love Mike Keenan. Charlie. Gotta go with Charlie.
Well, thank you, son.
Yeah. And, the best going right now, Patino.
Go Dracula.
Yeah, yes, dude.
I like
I
it.
go Patino.
I like it.
That's up the moderator, Anthony. I would love to hear you on this.
Yeah.
Pat Riley.
Mm.
I'm a Jay guy. I think Jay's a great coach. I hate to say it, but if I need a win, the guy in the hood, it's either him or Andy, but the guy in the hood is diabolical. He'll figure out a way to win.
Okay.
Oh,
Belichick.
man. Ooh,
I know.
Sell your soul.
Well, if I need saving my life's on the line, I got to have a cheater. I need anything to win.
That's right.
Pat Riley was probably the most
Riley's great. That's a good answer.
fascinating guy I ever sat with.
Yeah.
Over wine
tell you
and
what.
cigarettes,
Yeah.
overlooking the Biscayne Bay.
Wow.
If I get a fourth, I might go, now that my mind's, I might go Kurt Signetti too.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Signetti. Belichick's out. I want Signetti. What a coach that I went and watched. I told you, Baldy and I watched that championship game again. Oh, my God. He's such a great coach.
Nobody goes Saban. Wow.
I thought of him. He's in Belichick and Saban, the same kind of. Signetti. That's right. That's a great one. All right, last one. Question 5. What's the best excuse you ever had to get out of work or school?
I must admit, I was a weenie. Every excuse in the book. The class of 1977 made the trip from Paper Mill Road down to the Flyers Parade, and I looked around and I was the only one left sitting there. I didn't cut my way out.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So
You were a good lad.
I'm embarrassed, but that's the first thing.
You were a good lad. You were a good lad.
Yes.
Your mom taught you nice. Brought you to baseball tryouts with a suit and tie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sport coat. That's right.
You know, there's little Pat McLoone. What a lovely boy. You were a good kid.
I've heard some, really good ones over the years of other people, but I can't think of one for myself that I did.
How about you, VG?
I was lucky enough when I was a kid. My parents looked at days off. Like, you were allowed 22 days before you had to go to summer school. So they were almost like vacation days. I could just max them out. So there was like
what?
Yeah.
Wow. You got to max out.
I could always get close to it. They'd be like, "Oh, you only have 3 days left." I was like, "Yeah, we got it." But I would go to
what happened there?
the Empire Rock Club in the Northeast. There was a band, Heaven's Edge, who blew up and got signed, but they would play Sunday night, all ages, and it was packed, loaded with teens. And Sunday nights, I would be allowed to take off the Monday after a Heaven's Edge show.
Wow.
Can you imagine, Pat?
It takes all kinds. It takes all kinds.
I never got
and
anything
that's
close to
the stuff
that.
that makes VG great. But there's a lot of stuff with VG that aligns with my existence, and there's some things I just can't comprehend, but I love.
I was in the middle. I would get a sports parade or whatever, Sixers. Whenever there was something, Phillies in 80, because I was a little kid. I mean, they would give me sports stuff, but I never got maxing out your days. What is that?
You go to like 20. You get 2. You don't go to full 22. But you do like 20.
And you know what, Anthony? That got nailed into me early. I'll remember distinctly my 5-year-old head thinking in kindergarten, it's the May procession. And I'm walking and my mother's there and I'm thinking, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run over to her, like half crying and saying, I don't want to stay. And she's going to just give me a hug and take me home with her. I had it perfectly formulated. That's what I saw in my mind. So I did it. I walked over there, boom, cut over there and said, mine. She grabbed me, get back in line. And that I hadn't thought that was a possibility. And I guess that's kind of shaped me a little bit.
That's it. Yeah. You're out. My brother, enjoy. You're heading down the shore Thursday?
Yes. First thing, get a breakfast in us at the Harrison House, not too far from you. That's
What
the
time?
move.
What time?
Probably early. I'll have to see what my ride, Mr. Sherry says, but pretty early. Yeah.
If it's real early, maybe I'll hit you on my way up the Parks.
There you go. There you
We'll
go.
intersect.
Nothing would make us happier. Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, a good time will be had by all, boys. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
We'll be talking. The great
And
Pat
happy St.
McLoone.
Patrick's Day to all,
You're the
especially
best.
Mr. Murphy, who's on next, another Irishman. Yep.
I love it. St. Patty's Day
Very
tomorrow.
good,
Come on,
guys.
we got to respect.
Yeah.
Love you,
Yep.
buddy. You're the greatest. Pat.
I got a bit of breaking news.
What do we got?
Team Italy switching it up. Nola gone tonight.
Yes. Nola.
Or is it tomorrow? They play tonight, right?
Tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
Tonight, Venezuela.
He is not Michael Lorenzen tonight. They're going Nola.
Oh, dude, I love it, man. They're going to beat Venezuela tonight. They're going to win.
So good.
I love it. I love it. Team Italy, baby. I love they kiss each other on the cheek. You know, it's the best. The best. Vinny's the greatest. Pasquantino is the greatest. All right, we got Murph coming up. Can't wait to do the same thing with Murph. Hang out with my man. But first, a word from our friends. Let's talk about the Bet Park Sportsbook app and the madness. It is here. All the madness, yes. You want to have some fun this week, Thursday. We're going to be there on Thursday at the Parks Casino. They're going to have all kinds of stuff going on. It's going to be crazy. Hoop heaven. All right, the sportsbook rocking. It's going to be incredible. Check it out. We're going to be live there. We got Villanova and Penn and all that stuff. Get skin in the game with the app. Make a futures bet on who wins it all. Michigan, 25 pays 87.50. Arizona, 25 pays 100. You can play all your favorite casino games on the app. You can make your downtime fun time. It is so much fun. The tournament's upon us because you can do live in-game betting. You name it, it's got it right on the app where there's always another way to win. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, Michigan. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
For the past 30 years, Golden Nugget Jewelers has operated out of the very same location in the heart of Philadelphia. Customers from across Pennsylvania, New Jersey, even Baltimore, New York City have come to Golden Nugget Jewelers to find that perfect engagement ring, wedding band, or gift. Their staff is highly trained and dedicated to providing a personalized experience. I've gone there a couple of times. I had to replace a diamond in a ring. I had to get a necklace. They're not pushy. The staff is super informative. It's just a great shopping experience. They have a vast selection of engagement rings and wedding bands, along with high-end watches, fashion jewelry, sparkling diamond necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and everything else you could think of. You receive a final cleaning and written appraisal with every engagement ring purchase. And Golden Nugget Jewelers, they're family-owned. They've been operating since 1987, right there on Chestnut Street at 8th in downtown Philadelphia. You deserve an expert, and you deserve the best price. Golden Nugget Jeweler, where Philly gets engaged. Visit goldennuggetjewelry.com to learn more and get that special gift.
Now joining us on the Xfinity mobile call-in line, that's right, another great Irishman from the Inquirer, great writer, David Murphy.
Murphy, it's time for our man, David Murphy.
Good morning, Murph.
Morning. How y'all doing?
What's the matter with you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm doing great. Wow, what's up with you?
No, you don't look, you're not happy. You
I
don't have that affable, you don't have the glasses on. You're like,
you know what it is? To be perfectly honest with you, I went to the eye doctor the other day, and he's a really cool dude. But I hadn't got my contacts updated in forever, and needed to order new ones. And he asked me, he's like, so are you starting to struggle to see close up? And I was like, I never really thought about it. And he's like, well, here, he gives me like a little card to read, and he puts like the reader, the
Right.
magnifier readers on it in front of me. And now ever since then, I feel like I can't see anything, within 4 feet of my face. So I'm like looking at the computer screen right now, like in a daze almost, because it's like
Dude, I the same way, man. I don't know. I had a long writing session yesterday, and I was doing a lot of editing, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm concentrating. Oh God, every like 30, 40 minutes, I had to just put like cold compresses on my eyes. I was like, what is going on?
You don't have
Yeah,
rings.
but I'm kind of mad at the guy because I never noticed it before, and now all of a sudden I feel like I can't see anything that's within 4 feet of my face. So
I know.
my eyes are adjusting right now,
I got you, buddy.
but it's all good. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. I mean, Selection Sunday, one of my favorite days of the year.
Now, what will you do Thursday, Friday? Will you go out? Like, listen, Max, you're with mommy. Daddy's going out. We're gonna vibe on hoops.
Well, no, I'm probably gonna actually sit there and watch it with him because I have him all day Thursday, Friday. So I don't really have much of an option. I'm not gonna be one of those guys that straps the 1-year-old to your chest and goes out to the bar and
come on, man. Come down to
Guinness all
O'Neill's.
over his head. I can almost guarantee Greg was that baby growing up, listening to the attendance policy.
Dude, how about that?
PG household.
Could you imagine your mother, father saying, "Yeah, you want 22 days off? Go ahead.
Yeah, man.
Vacation."
I don't think they put that there as like a goal to reach the 20 days. I think it was more.
You gotta treat your body and mind right. You need days off. You gotta relax.
It's like important. I appreciate it. But yeah, I in normal circumstances, I love that Thursday, Friday. I mean, I would say the majority of my opening around Thursday, Fridays of the last 15 years have been in Clearwater. So, a lot of times we would finish up with the Phillies and then go out and catch the 4 o'clock games but yeah, I mean, when I was in high school, I was actually going to school, but I was sitting in class and we had the kids don't know, but we used to have to listen to these things called Walkmans, and I would have my little cassette player Walkman in my pocket with the radio, and I'd have it tuned into the AM, and I'd have like the headphone through my sleeve, listening to the games. That's how I watched that Bryce Drew shot. I'll never forget that.
Oh, I was in attendance.
Yeah. And then you'd run home, school would end around 2:30 and you'd run off the bus and try to get there for that. That's actually what happened to Bryce Drew one. I'm almost positive. I ran off the bus to watch the end of the game, and it was right as he was doing that right in front of the bench there that was like from the logo almost, right?
Dude, it was unbelievable. It was the picket fence. They ran the picket fence. So Homer Drew was his father, drew it up.
Yeah.
And I was like 23, 24. I was I got friendly with Homer, and I was working for the Post. They let me drive. I flew to Valpo on Monday. Yeah. Flew to Indianapolis, drove to Valparaiso, which is a farming agricultural school. I sit with Homer. I'm allowed to go on their bus from Indiana to the regional in St. Louis.
Wow.
So I did this whole thing where I was on their bus. It was awesome. Like riding it from Valpo, seeing the whole the farms in the background, all the way to St. Louis. Oh, it was fantastic. Loved it. One of my favorite stories. He was a great guy. He was like this real fastidious. He had the pointy nose, Homer, very analytical, and his son was just a stud. Bryce was a stud.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a great team, man. But yeah, so anyway, it's I can't wait to dive. Of course, these days I've watched a total of 20 minutes of college basketball the whole season, but
it's all right.
Knowledge hasn't necessarily ever helped me before in predicting a bracket.
Yeah, but listen, you get up to speed quick. You do some homework, you'll be ready to roll.
Oh, I know. One thing I do know is Michigan. It might be the best college basketball team I've seen here lately. But again, I haven't watched a ton of Arizona, so
That's his squad. VG loves Arizona. I
well,
like Michigan.
love them while you can, because it doesn't always work out for the Wildcats.
Remember that Lute? Lute
Of course I
Olson?
do. Of course I do.
Lute was the king getting upset.
I love those Arizona teams, Mike Bibby and Miles Simon.
Oh,
And
Mike.
those were
Mike Bibb, Miles Simon. That's a good bust out.
They were that was one of my favorite college basketball teams. Those unions were fresh too, man. The navy blues with the
Yeah.
with the crimson.
Yeah, they were cool. They were cool. Man, that was awesome. Let me ask you, are you locked in on World Baseball Classic?
Well, I don't want to be the curmudgeon again. So yes, I love it. It's awesome.
I asked you this last week. I forgot. I'm sorry, dude.
I say
I love it so much. I think it's made spring training. This spring training's been a dud. Like, who cares about that? It was great. I'm watching Big Poppy last night, right? I love that Fox crew.
Yes.
With Kevin and A-Rod and Poppy and Jeter. I love that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, before every game, first pitch, Max and I stand at attention and sing "God Bless America" together, and then it's just it's one of the most the proudest moments to be an American was last night when that World Baseball Classic team defied the odds and
Defied the odds.
Murph, you're gonna make them punch me with this kind of talk.
I'm really looking forward to the the blockbuster movie about the run. They're going to call it Miracle Part 2, the World Baseball Classic story.
So why do you resist it like this?
Because you know what it is? It's because everyone tries to convince me to get into it, and it's like the Ryder Cup. The Ryder Cup. It's
That's right. I forgot we had that conversation too.
And I mean, look, the manager didn't even know the rules, like.
Well, forget all the nuance.
I get it. I'm with you, man. Like again,
just watching that lineup, like watching Aaron Judge throw a 96-mile-an-hour seed to third to cut down a runner. I mean, that's no good. That doesn't.
It is what it is. I think it's great for what it is. I think it's the perfect thing to have during spring training to create some interest and get these guys out there. The problem is it's everyone's going way over the top and trying to pretend that it's something it's not. Like come on, like Mark DeRosa sitting here getting crucified. It's spring training. These guys have to get work. Like, and no one wants to. Everyone's got to sit there and play along and. Whatever, it's a fun exhibition game. It's a fun exhibition tournament, but it's just it's fine. I like it. I enjoy it, but I like sitting here trying to break down Mark DeRosa's lineup decisions. Like, come on, like what are we doing?
All right, I mean, all right. I don't want to. I mean, I get you. I love it. I get into it. I think it's great.
I know. I think it's awesome. I don't think I have nothing against people who get into it. It's just constantly being beat over the head with,
I'm sorry. I was more excited with I have my list of topics, right? So it's all the same, Eagles, Goddard. Like, do you really want to AJ, the saga? Like, I think AJ stays. I think are you burning to talk about that again? Like, I don't know. Like, to me, the World Baseball Classic is kind of front load. It's the tournament,
I'm
right,
with
which
you.
we
You just have
discussed.
to-
And then
you
World
just have to-
Baseball.
You have to suspend a little disbelief. You've got like Bryce Harper himself said, that's the thing is anytime anybody tells the truth about the World Baseball Classic, it's like, I mean, Bryce Harper said it's great, but it just isn't, we're coming off this great epic gold medal hockey game that was very clearly the two best teams in the world. Giving it their all for 60 minutes, and it was an hour and a half, 2 hours of some of the best competitive sports television that you'll watch. I'm not there with the World Baseball Classic, and it's
How's it different than if it was the Olympics?
I'm not saying I would get in the Olympics either.
I
But
mean, Bryce
in
was
theory,
saying, well, it's not the Olympics, but I mean, what would make it any different?
well, the pitchers for one being able to throw at their peak form, that would be one thing. I mean, like look, if we want to compare it to the NHL, NHL's doing this in the middle of the season when these guys are in you know, tip top competitive shape. Like it's just there's just so many like moments where the whole logic of this is a great tournament breaks down when it's like, oh, they're pulling their pitcher after 65 pitches because that's all he's allowed to throw, you know. He can't use DeRosa's sitting here getting, people thinking he's throwing the game because he's already in the next round. No, these guys have strict rules on how they're allowed to be used because this is all about building up for the regular season, at which point, I mean, look at Bryce Harper. Like, are we supposed to judge him for his performance in the World Baseball Classic? No, because it's spring training and that's what this is for.
It makes
It's
it
a great
harder for DeRosa.
Roped a double last night.
Yeah.
Quieted all the haters.
All I'm saying is I think it's great the way they do it. I think it's great to have. It's just not something I judge everything by, will I stay up past 9:30 to watch it? And the World Baseball Classic does not rise.
So let's get real then. What did
You know what? I have no life compared to you. Honestly, you're talking to somebody that would like my guilty pleasure is watching, I don't know, Celebrini and the Sharks at 10:30, or watching, Dodgers Mariners at 10:30 in June.
Yeah, and I'm not saying, I would take a great regular season baseball game over most of these World Baseball Classic games. Now, don't get me wrong. When you got two teams that when the Dominicans playing Venezuela or whatnot, but even then, I look at it as like a Phillies fan. You'd rather Christopher Sanchez not be pitching to me, because it's just more bullets out of his arm, and in that environment. Well, but again, I'm very four major pro sports centric.
Murph, let me ask you what you know about last night then. What did you think of Zendaya's dress?
Do me a favor. Hang on. We'll get right back. I got to take a quick TO. We'll come right back with Murph. I don't want to hear about Zendaya's dress. You can ask him.
I mean, that's probably what he watched.
You can ask him. We'll find out whether Murph watched the Oscars over the World Baseball Classic next. Stay tuned. That's coming up. But first, a message from our friends.
Attention homeowners. It's time to make your home work smarter, not harder. With a TrueMark Financial home equity line of credit, you can tap into your home's equity to handle renovations, upgrades, or whatever's next on your list. Do a man cave, pay off some high-interest debt. A TrueMark Financial HELOC Select gives you the flexibility to borrow when you need it on your own timeline. You start with a revolving line of credit, use only what you need, and when you're ready, you can lock in all or part of your balance at a fixed rate for those predictable payments. You only pay interest on what you use, and as you pay it back, that credit becomes available again. No reapplying, no extra steps. With competitive rates compared to most unsecured loans and flexible repayment options, this could be a smart move for your home and, more importantly, your wallet. Learn more about TrueMark Financial's home equity line of credit at TrueMark.com or stop by one of their 24 branch locations to get started. TrueMark Financial, they are federally insured by the NCUA. They are an equal opportunity lender, NMLS 404938.
You feel that? The nice weather. It's back. Spring is here. You know what that means. Rita's is back. That's right. The sweet sound of Rita's season. All your favorite frozen treats back and better than ever. Nothing hits like that first refreshing Italian ice of the season. Maybe you like the frozen custard. Smooth, creamy, perfect every time. If you really want to do it up, how about the gelati? Layered just the way you love it. Sun's out. Flavors popping. It's officially treat yourself season. That's right. Don't forget, download the Rita's app. New app users get a free small gelati, water ice, or custard with their first purchase. That's free happiness waiting for you. So come into Rita's. Make this season the sweetest one yet. Water ice, custard, happiness. Treat yourself to a scoop of happiness today. Be cool. Go to Rita's. Learn more at Ritas.com. All right. There's Murph. There he is. Real quick, the Daily Grind brought to us by the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. 2 for you to look out at. 2 doggies, Murph. High Point plus 9.5. All right. Against Wisconsin and Penn. We're going with the Quakes.
Yeah, I love it.
DG's Quakers.
Let's go.
Plus 24.5
Yeah.
against the Illini. Franny knows the Illini. That's a big number. So that is your Daily Grind for today, brought to us by the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app.
Love it. They slow the ball down. They're a slow possession team. That's a lot of chance of upsets to keep the game a little closer.
Yeah, and High Point goes up and down the
Point.
field. I love up and down the floor.
Shoot like 50% from 3.
They're up, fired up. You know what's funny? I apologize. I didn't mean to drag you back into this conversation. I forgot, right? Like, I forgot that we had this conversation. And when I think of baseball, like, I always, like, to me, when I look at you, I go baseball 1, football, hoops, hockey. That's how I view Murph. Like, you're a sportsman, well-rounded, but like baseball, I always, like, you're a great baseball guy. So that's kind of, and I was on a high from watching the game last night. Like Mason Miller.
Feel bad
I love watching Mason Miller pitch.
I just feel bad because you have so much genuine enthusiasm for it, and you know, I don't want to be the guy that's.
I know. I'm a child.
Yeah, no. I think it's great. I think you know.
I love you being the guy.
Faith like a child. You know, it's biblical. Yeah.
It's true. Listen, we had practice yesterday, right? Like indoor. Like, I can't wait. Our first game is Sunday for our 13U Warriors. Like, I can't, like, I'm like, it's baseball season. Like, I'm like, let's go. You know?
Yeah, I'm with you. I can't wait for real baseball season to start.
Yeah. Anyway,
Big Farts Jones, he's chatting that Murphy thinks puppies are overrated. He hates puppies.
He's analyzing it.
Yeah, I know.
No, I mean, speaking of puppies, I did not watch the Oscars last night, but my dog's name is Oscar, and I was watching him. He's gotten into, he's figured out that Max's meal times are his meal times.
Oh, nice.
And the dude, he never used to get up on the counter or anything, and he ate a. Rebecca made Max these like baby pancakes with, you know, all clean ingredients and stuff like that, and with the dog, the plate of flapjacks is sitting there this morning, and I go out of the room and I walk back in, and there's an empty plate sitting there. It's still on the counter. I'm like, Rebecca, did you give Max the pancakes already? She looks, and dude, that dog was already hightailing it out the door.
Wow, they know, man. They understand. The Gooch. I walked down Saturday night. I got a big sheepdog, Gooch, and I see that he was in the trash.
Yeah,
because of the food, whatever we had, right? Whatever we made, whatever it was, he was in the trash. Gucci, and then I see him like tiptoe, right? He's huge, right? Like, he's a monster. Like, he's tiptoeing to the mudroom to skate, right? I'm looking, I see him, I wait, I go, it's dark, Gucci, and then like his tail starts to like
Get nervous
down, but it moves, right? Yeah, what did you do? And they know it.
No, they know it.
you know, I love them.
Pancakes?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
I have a toddler like lock on my refrigerator because my dog learned how to open up the refrigerator, and we'd go out and the refrigerator would just be cleaned out. He'd pull everything out, so we have like a little childproof lock on the fridge door. Yeah, dude.
What's he just going high legs like? Yeah,
he learned how to get his ball in there and pull it open. It's crazy.
You sure it's a dog?
That's fabulous. That's awesome.
I mean, look,
overtime. OT in the city. That's right. Overtime. Like, subscribe on YouTube. Please watch us. When you see
You don't, I
Murph,
mean,
some hearts.
I think you're taking the wrong. I think VG's taking the wrong approach. Instead of locking the fridge, just teach him how to get you a beer. If you know.
Really?
He doesn't have that kind of self control, you know. There's
He's
some
drinking on the
tofu
way.
in there. He loves the tofu.
He said, you race your dog to being a green bean.
No. He is it's a problem. He loves cheese. So he pulls all the cheese out, and it's not good for a dog with pancreas issues to have high fat cheese diets.
You're gonna come home from vacation one year, and there's gonna be like teenage dogs passed out in the bathtub, or wrapping papers strewn around.
What's up? Now, what did you watch last night? Like, where were you last night?
What I was trying to say is I didn't watch anything because this is the mayhem I have to deal with every morning, and I need my sleep to steel myself for another day at the funny farm, and and there's certain sporting events that will cause me to sacrifice some of my mental preparation for the next day, and the World Baseball Classic is not it.
I got you.
Hey, can I just say this?
Fair enough.
Can I tell you this one? This is important, I think.
What do you got?
The Jets are trading Justin Fields to the Chiefs.
Wow.
For a 6th-round pick.
Okay.
And apparently, I just saw Patrick Holmes still recovering from the ACL. Justin Fields is now in line to be QB1 for the Chiefs.
Okay,
Wow.
well, QB1
for a couple games, for a couple weeks,
for mini camp.
Right. Pat Mahomes will be back.
Just tell me what Ian Rappaport and those guys are saying. I didn't make that up.
One thing about these
who made that
about
up?
free agency and all stuff. I don't know about you, Murph.
It's Tom Pelissero saying.
But oh my God, one of the insiders tweets something. They all tweet it. It's alert, 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 alert for the same news.
Because it's all coming from the same people. One of two people. Everything you read, it's either the agent or the general manager.
Yes.
And that's why the AJ Brown stuff. When people, it didn't make much sense to me either at the time. But there's a certain point where when the stuff keeps coming out and you know who it's coming from, then you know it's kind of real. You know what I'm saying? Like. It's not like AJ Brown's, lifting partner at Planet Fitness is whispering in Diana Rossini's ear and telling, it's and so we don't know the answer, and I don't know why. I don't know the rationale. I don't know if you don't know if. I mean, AJ has not come out and said, "Oh man, I can't. What's all this? What's going on? How are they going to trade me?" He's been conspicuously silent about it all. So, at this point, it's kind of a spade, and that's, you almost have to follow the insiders for, what they're indicating with their patterns of what they're reporting rather than what they're actually reporting,
So, to tie up the loose ends with free agency, your biggest takeaway is?
Well, I think, I think we're going to have to see. I think that the Eagles are. To me, the big question is, what is their mentality with regards to 2026? Tanking is obviously the wrong word. It's more taking your medicine, and we've seen the Chiefs do it. We've seen the 49ers do it, where you can't. Trading AJ Brown is going to make you worse for next year, because I was always on the boat where it's like, all right, well, if they're thinking about AJ Brown, trading AJ Brown, then they have a backup plan. They're not going to run Devontae out there with Dallas Goedert and some blocking tight end, and nobody else. And it appears that they are. I mean, that's kind of the options right now. Obviously, Howie, I would expect is going to be working the trade market. I know Brian Thomas looks like he's available, but the Chiefs are interesting too. Because you could see Howie and and Brett going head to head for a guy like Brian Thomas, because the Chiefs, I mean, the Chiefs have been patching it together at the wide receiver position for 3 or 4 years, however long Tyreek Hill's been gone, and I think they're really the perfect corollary to kind of adjust expectations for where the Eagles are at. Like when you've got three potentially historic contracts looming in Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, and Jalen Carter, and you've already got a quarterback at the top of the pay scale, at some point you've got to figure out ways to do it. You can't have everything. And, again, that's why I thought Howie's a year late maybe on starting to address the wide receiver position. I would have gone Luther Burden over Jahad Campbell last year. Because it's a really tough position to make up on the fly. So, I think what the Eagles have been telling us is like, look, this is where we're at right now. The Chiefs did it 2 years ago where, they averaged between 450 and 500 points a season for 5 years. And then they traded Tyreek Hill and they became a great defense. And now they're averaging 350 to 400 points a year. But they've also made 2 Super Bowls and won one during that time. So I think that's where the Eagles, that's just where they're at. And I think that, that's really the only reaction you can have to free agency is I actually really like the Johnny Munt signing. I think he's
I agree. Yeah.
I think he's the best blocking tight end, they've had probably in 10 years, maybe.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see someone other than Dallas Goedert as that, lead tight end, but what are you going to do? Again, you're kind of, the thing about the cap sheet is you have to pay the piper at some point, and all these void years and I like Howie's philosophy, but it is a philosophy that's kind of like, all right, rather than spread out the hit, we're going to be, we're going to be as great as we can be for X number of years. And then if we have to take our medicine 1 year, then we'll be better off because then we can go 3 more years. So I think, long story short, that might be where they're at, where.
I think it's definitely where they're at with the cap. I'll be honest with you though. I mean, Goddard at $7 million is a steal. Like, I love it.
Yeah, but it is. But you look at it, this passing game was borderline non-functional last year when they had,
well, it's up to Mannion to fix it. I mean, it's up to Mannion and Jalen.
Yeah,
because I'll tell you right off the bat, AJ's coming back. They're not trading AJ.
All right,
they're not getting what they wanted. They're only going to trade him is if they were going to get their asking price, and they weren't getting it.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm still on I still think it makes more sense if he gets traded at this point, but we'll see. No direct inside information on my part. And frankly, I don't think the people who report the little tidbits have much direct inside information. No one knows what Howie's thinking, and that's how you negotiate. So, that's the big question: is have they decided we need to trade AJ Brown? And this is all just them trying to maximize the return, or is it like you said, they're willing to trade him for a certain price, but if not, they're perfectly happy to have him back.
I mean, would a conversation like this have happened? AJ, listen, like we know that you were looking to kind of move on. We tried. Look, dude, we're not getting anything close to. We can't give you up for that kind of cap hit. I mean, even after June 1st, it's $20 million, right? Like we're not going to be able to get back. We love it. We love you. We weren't the ones asking to trade you. We weren't looking to trade you. We know you like it here. We know you have an issue with the quarterback. We got Sean Mannion in. Listen, we're asking you as a guy we love, get your head right? Believe in Mannion. Jalen's going to be better, and let's give it a shot. Everybody comes back, and let's go 1 more year. And if it doesn't work out, then you can move on next year.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big unknown is, does AJ Brown react to that, or does he take the next step? And if he doesn't want to be here, does he then take does he take the next step and be like, all right, well then I'm going to force my way out? I'm not saying.
Yeah,
I guess
he said
it's an unknown.
All right, we're good.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it
that
plays
doesn't
out.
mean he's not going to at some point tweet something or Instagram something. Who knows?
Right, and that's but
I think that's overrated. That stuff, Murph. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's again, it's it's one of the big unknowns is how to if you talk to Lane Johnson or Jalen Hurts or his teammates, Miles, what do they actually think? Are they like, because they got to think either like, oh man, how the hell are we trading AJ Brown? Like what's that? What message does that send? But then the flip side is, what if everyone's like, let's get this guy out of here. Like it's time to move on. Like we're tired of dealing with the drama. I don't know. That's a big unknown because I think that it's awfully tough for Lane Johnson to come back. Now again, he's getting paid, but any year you're in a phase where any year could be Lane Johnson's last year. You're in a year where this could be Nick Sirianni's last year if they underperform. You're in a year where if they underperform again, then Jalen Hurts all of a sudden starts to feel a lot of heat. So that's kind of it's the weird unknown about the situation is how everyone behind the scenes actually feels about it. Because I mean, are the players asking the same things that the media is asking right now? Like, what, no way we trade him, yada, yada, yada. Or is it the opposite? In which case, if it is the opposite, then maybe you should trade him. So, and I think just educated guessing, looking at the prevalence of chatter and information and the amount of quote unquote insiders that are reporting things, I would tend to think it's more towards the second scenario.
Well, my brother, what are you working on this week?
Well, a lot of Philly stuff. Really kind of diving into this team. We're working on our season previews. Really getting all that in order.
I love the season previews. The
We're
tab. In the business, we call it
The tab? What's that?
the tab, yeah, the tab.
What's the stand for?
It's like the special section.
Yeah, like you'd go down to the you go to the Wawa and you'd buy the paper and there'd be like an extra supplement in there with like a big fancy photo and
Why they call it a tab?
It's actually a great because I think originally back in the day they were like, remember like Parade magazine, the inserts that would be in so I think back in the day a lot of these special sections were tabloid style, so you would pull.
Oh, that's why that's good. That's good. We're gonna ask Pat for.
Oh yeah,
but I think Murph's right. It makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the Inquiry, at least. I grew up in the Pocono, so we were outside the circulation range. But my grandmother, who was Fort Washington, Maple Glen, would always save the special sections for me, and I definitely remember them being tabloid style at one point.
Yeah, they were like this. People think tabloids is like sensational. It's just this. It's not a broadsheet, which the Inquirer was a broadsheet,
right.
Yeah, like the Daily News was a tabloid style paper, whereas the Inquirer was a broadsheet.
The Gray Lady, the Inquirer. Remember they used to call it the Gray Lady?
No, that was the New York Times, wasn't it?
Yeah, I forget.
They were all Gray Ladies.
I think Pat probably called it the Gray Lady.
Well, yeah.
But when they had wars, when you were at the Daily News.
Yeah. Those are the days, man.
They were the best. They were great. They were great. My brother, we love you, buddy. All right. Bless Max. Give him a hug from us.
I sure will. See you guys.
See you, buddy. There he is. I always forget when Murph does the World that he's not a WBC guy.
No,
because he's a great baseball man.
Yeah.
I love this World Baseball Classic.
Time for it.
Yeah, that's all right. Each his own.
Loss.
I'm in tonight. What time's the game tonight? I'm looking at it now. So tonight's great sports week, man. Great sports week. Venezuela, Italy, 8:00 on FS1.
All right, I like it. Let's go.
Well, I'm pumped up, man. And then we'll got our play-ins tomorrow. This is where I check out on the NBA.
Yeah.
I figure Grimes goes bananas yesterday.
Of course. They're the worst.
All right,
They're the worst.
I know. I just can't. And that league's going to expand.
Yeah. You get 30 more players.
Pick a 30 teams worth.
E-leaguers are coming up.
Crazy. All right, want to go back in the day?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
We're going back. We're going back. We're going back in the day with True Mark. Oh, yeah.
All right, we love all True Financial Credit Union.
We're going to go back somewhere between 1979 and 1982. I don't really know the year. Well, let's take a look at old Fran McCaffrey as a player for the
that's
Quakers
cool,
back in the
man.
day.
Look at Franny.
Now he's taken 5 teams to the tournament.
That's
5 different teams.
Amazing.
Pretty
man.
crazy, man.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love it. Love it.
Got the socks up high.
We got some good college. We got Dick Girardi will join us tomorrow.
Oh, great.
Bracketology, our own Bracketology tomorrow.
Nice.
Look at it.
Yeah.
So DJ will be all ready to go.
We'll give you some nice picks, some sleepers.
So we'll work on that. We'll have some good basketball talk this whole week.
Good.
All right.
Yeah, this is the week. This is it.
It's fun. Well, next 3 weeks.
Nah, but this is
the mayhem.
the
This
basketball
is the pick.
bacchanal.
yeah, this is
Right, Jules? The bacchanal. Guinness.
the question of the week.
French fries.
What's bro watching tonight instead of Italy crochet? Mickey J wants to know.
Bro, what are you watching tonight, bro?
What is Monday nights?
Are you watching? What's your story? Bro, what are you watching tonight? You're gonna rewatch the Oscars tonight?
Nice.
No, he's a good dad. He does that
He
with
blames
his
it on
daughter.
the daughter. He's blaming it on the
But
daughter.
listen, he's in on the red carpet dress.
Yeah.
It's a recap. It's a recap. Breakdown of the fashion and the jewelry.
So will you watch? You won't watch Venezuela, Italy?
Yeah, I'll watch it.
All right. You're all in? All right, good.
Mickey J just wanted to. He was asking what you're. Yeah, he's asking what you were watching tonight instead of the baseball.
What's up? She did? God bless her. She's you're good. You're a great dad. Great dad. What do you do? What's up? We're hoops.
Filling out my bracket right now.
You are? Why don't you wait? We'll do it together. All of us will do it together.
A lot of chalk.
I know, a lot of chalk. Rock chalk. Yeah. It's all chalk. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go to do.
Caffrey and LaSalle High guy.
Oh, we know.
Oh, we have, well, Pat doesn't get better, you know.
Caffrey and McLoone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Lynch.
Guinness is on the show in the moment.
Yes.
I
Why
mean,
don't you make a run?
if you say it,
Yeah.
make it happen. Don't tease us.
Yeah. That'll do it for us, everybody. Enjoy the week. It's gonna be a fun week. We're gonna get nuts. All right?
Nuts.
Love you guys. Great job, Jules.
Julia.
See you, chat. See you tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.